Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Let's begin.
Girl, you are so fat and ugly.
No matter how hard you try, there will always be someone better than you.
You'll never be good enough. Nobody really likes you anyways. You should just give up now.
You're so unlovable. You don't even deserve to live. You should just kill yourself. Namaste.
Hey, I'm Rachel Brooke Smith. I'm Carissa Lee Staples.
I'm Crystal Joy Brown.
And we just believe in creating content that hopefully uplevels and inspires people, especially uplevels the human consciousness. This one particularly about self-talk, helping people just be aware of the way that we talk to ourselves and challenge people. Would you be able to say the things that you say to yourself to a friend, and or really anybody for that matter?
No.
Not I. No. Wayne Dyer said this, who's one of my favorite teachers, bless his heart. He says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Oh, amen.
Just
That's
hands
perfect.
down, I'll say it again, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. We're all going through stuff,
And honestly, I think beauty is energy. Beauty
Yes.
is when you feel good about yourself,
Yes.
you're doing good things to other people, and you just radiate that vibration.
Yeah.
And people want to be around you. A happy person is a beautiful person. And I used to think that that was bullshit. But it's really not. Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah.
To maybe do like a little digital detox.
Yes, yes.
Start learning some affirmations, get out of self, start helping other people.
Yeah.
I think a huge part of self-love actually comes from being selfless.
Yeah, I love that. Whenever I see a post or somebody talking about what they're actually going through, I relate to that so much more, and it's not saying that you can have both. Of course, if you want to talk about an awesome thing that happened in your life, I think it's also just as powerful to talk about something that you're struggling with, because it's amazing to see how many people will support you or show up for you when you do be authentic about it. And I think if we continue to hide these things or don't talk about the things we're actually struggling with or going through, how are we ever going to heal from them?
So I think we should, if you guys don't mind, talk about one thing that we've each struggled with in our lives.
I think that would be awesome.
I would definitely say just battling with moments of depression or just depression in general.
Yeah.
In the Black community and where I grew up, in the South, it's just not something that you don't go to therapists. You don't really talk about it. You kind of pray over it and let it go. And just hope that it kind of just washes over you and you just stuff it down and a lot of things are about survival and just going forward and pressing forward and putting on that veneer that everything is okay. So having friends that I would go to and spill my guts to, just be like, hey, maybe you would benefit going to see a therapist about some of this stuff. And I was just so against it because it just seemed like no, I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm just struggling with some things right now. And I just felt like it was just against everything that I'd grown up, thinking about myself. And then I was like, I can get through everything by myself. I'm very self-sufficient. I'm a strong Black woman. I don't need help like that. And when I started to see a therapist, I was very skeptical and I was very I don't think this is a good idea. But she broke down so many walls for me. She allowed me to be the kind of vulnerable that I needed to be, not only in my relationships, but in my career. And I'm still breaking down these walls.
I have also struggled with major anxiety, impending doom type of anxiety, where I just feared everything. I feared waking up in the morning. I feared when my next job would be, what my future would look like, who would pass. It was just, it was overwhelming and all-consuming. And also, body dysmorphia.
Yeah, big time.
That's something that a lot of people have told me that I have, where I don't think I'm thin enough, and then it isn't until I watch a project on screen and I see from an outsider's perspective how sick I look. And I've never had an eating disorder, but I just never really knew what healthy looked like. And I never thought that that was me, and that was really. And I don't really know how I got out of that. I just got tired. I got tired of looking at myself in the mirror with self-hatred. It just got exhausting. And then I realized when I just put good food in my body and I exercise and I do what I feel like doing, like whether it's a hike or going to the gym or taking a class, and I feel good about myself, I don't care what happens in the mirror. I
love that.
It changes when your mind changes. I think that changes the way you feel about yourself physically and mentally.
There's messages from fans or people, being like, how do you do it? You have it all. You're always so happy. You're always so energetic. And like, that's not the truth, Like, yes, of course, when I'm doing characters or I'm creating videos, like there is a certain energy that comes just from a camera in your face, like you put on a different persona. But like, I used to battle with extreme anxiety. I was constantly worried about what everybody else thought about me, to the point where like I would get so nervous or caught up, or I'd spend hours and hours in front of the mirror changing all the time. Like I would never feel good in my skin. I never felt confident. But I do have to say that, like, from the daily constant practice of a lot of different kind of self-love practices, I constantly read books that are empowering me. I constantly watch videos that are, again, empowering me or putting these kind of ideas in my head. And I only hang out with people that support me. And that's hard. Like, it's been hard to let go of people in my life that maybe weren't the best for me. Well, not honestly the hardest things, but also the best things to do.
It's all normal.
Yeah.
I think that one of the hardest parts for me was always feeling like, oh my gosh, I think this way. Me, I'm doing this all wrong. I'm living wrong. And then when I started to really open up and share and talk with people and like have them say, you know what, I have been dealing with these demons, or I've been dealing with this too, and then being like, oh, I'm not an alien. I'm not the only one. This is not bizarre.
You're human.
Yeah, I'm
You're
totally
human.
And there's a lot of people who think like me, and we all have to push ourselves to have maybe a more positive self-image or a positive like chatter going around.
Yes, there's amazing books out there. There's so many amazing practices that you can really, truly develop. Go from maybe not having self-love to having a lot of it. And I heard this quote actually you're saying that totally, it blew my mind at how like spot on it was. It says, hurt people hurt other people.
Oh yeah.
People who have love in themselves love other people. And so if you ever feel like somebody's hurting you and or you want to hurt somebody else, just be aware of where that's coming from.
I'm beautiful. I am worthy of love and abundance, and I am good enough. I am enough.
Yeah. Know that you're more than enough.
Yeah.
Love yourself.
Love, 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 love.
Enough.
Yeah, you're enough.
You're
I think
lovable.
You're
Beautiful.
You are enough.
You're enough.
You're enough.
Camera guy's
You're
enough.
enough.
You're really sexy too.
Yes.